Okay, so I'm Henry Fowler of flyfishingforcarp.com, and I'm going to show you some of the rods and reels I use for carp here in North Carolina. So, early part of the season, pre-spawn and some post-spawn, you get a lot of what we call jackies. They're 3 to 4 pounds, and I use this Eagle Claw fiberglass rod. $29.99 on Amazon. It's a lot of fun. 6.5 foot, so a lot of your creek fishing just excels that. And fiberglass loads up really nicely for short range, so you can keep your short range cast pretty accurate and soft. So 3 or 4 pound fish, no problem on this. Start getting a little bit bigger, starts taking a really long time to get them in. Next one up is another less expensive rig. This is a White River Dogwood Canyon. It is used to be an 8.5 footer. It's probably about an 8'3" now. Hobbs Creek 5 to 6 weight with a Rio trout line weight forward. Again, this is a 6 weight. I have added a slip-on fighting butt from TFO and really improves this rod. Caught fish up to 25 pounds on this rig. My average fish here in the main part of the season is 5.5 to 6.5 pounds. This works beautifully for that size fish. Still soft enough to where you can sit flies down relatively easy, but you can still make 30-40 foot casts with this, no problem. Much farther than that, it's a kind of a softish rod, and it's a little bit shorter, so you lose a little bit on your end game. Sitting in my skiff, by the way. So this is a little Ginu LT25 I'm sitting in. So this next rod has been the talking point for a lot of YouTube videos and a lot of people on the market. This is the TFO BVK. It's a 9 foot 6 weight. Added a fighting butt and a Hobbs Creek 5 to 6 weight reel. This is the same reel, same line as I use on the other 6 weights. It's a 4-piece 9 footer. If you're primarily fishing 40 to 60 feet, this rod's excelling at that range. Anything closer, you're gonna struggle. It takes a lot to load it up close. It takes a lot of work to load it up close. It's got a little bit of soft tip, so you can kind of do it, but for my style of fishing, it's not the best rod. For red fishing and stuff down at the Keys, you know, where you're 40-50 feet's about your average shot, it's great for it. For up close and really delicate presentations, it's not the greatest. I use this a lot for bass now, and I use it for dry fly fish because one, it's pretty hard to sit down a small dry fly too hard, and two, carp on dries, you can see them from 60-70 feet out, so you can shoot it out there with this. I will say this rod, if you're looking for distance, is nothing. This fly line's 90 feet. It's nothing to shoot this whole fly line out. And TFO lifetime warranty. It's a little on the expensive side. This thing's like 300 bucks. I got that one for free though because a friend of mine. This next one, this is a TFO Mangrove. Again, another 6 weight. Again, same Hobbs Creek reel and the same weight forward floating line. 4 pieces, full wells, and a fighting butt. They make the BVK with a fighting butt too. It's just I happened to get the freshwater version, so I had to add that slip-on fighting butt. A lot mellower action. It's a lot slower. It's a lot easier to make those short casts. It's a lot easier to make the accurate casts under 40 feet. It will go past like 40, I'll say 50. It will go past that, but anything after that, you're starting to lose a little bit of line control. And mind you, my target size on carp is about that big, so that's all you got. Like redfish, where you know the strike zone starts getting to be about that big, or you know, well, it depends on what kind of tarp you're going for. Baby tarpon, they have a pretty big strike zone. You're fine. you can make a longer cast. But I'm saying for what I'm doing to hit that softball size target, 40 feet is about my top end with this. Anything longer than that, I go with the BVK. If it's way shorter than that, I will go to the Eagle Claw if it's a appropriate size fish. If you watch my YouTube videos where I'm actually on the water, this is the rod I have 99% of the time. It's a pretty good all-around rig. A little on the pricey side. I think you can get them for $279. Always check Amazon. And as far as leaders go, use a 40, 20, 12 to 6 or 8. If it's a client, I'll use 8. If it's just me, I use 6. Although I am starting to kind of like the little bit extra muscle I put on with 8-pound. Other equipment is hemostats, curved kind preferably. Again, don't need anything special, just a regular old stainless steel pair. I think you get them, cheapest I've ever seen them was about $5. Most expensive I've ever seen them in the store was 10. You can get them on Amazon for much cheaper, I'm sure. If you have some friends in the medical field, they get rid of these things all the time when they go out of date. Why, I'm not sure, but these things have an expiration date in the medical field. So if you can hook up with a friend of yours, a nurse or a doctor, you can get a lifetime supply of these for next to nothing. For my primary set of pliers, when I'm not using the hemostats, I use these. These are Wolf Yock, yeah, right there. These came off Amazon. I believe they're $12. You got a really nice set of line cutters, and they're the same size as the rest of the industry. So you can put those nice carbide ones on here too. It's a split ring set of pliers, and the reason I like that is that little hook for the split ring, you can really get around a hook in a fish's mouth and snatch it out if you need to. It gives you a really good feel. I do like this little rounded bit here. That's a hook debarber, barb crusher, whatever you want to call it. Works great, and you know, you got a decent set of pliers for next to nothing. They're anodized aluminum, so you don't have to worry about corrosion. I really love the stretchy they come with, and I always have you some sort of a carabiner or S-beaner, however, you know, whatever your preferred style is. I'm starting to like the S-beaners. I obviously need flies. I really only use 2. Use this little dude. This is my take on a Clouser swimming nymph. I have a video on how to tie it. This is the fly I use 99.9% of the time. I'm not going to say what this one is, but those of you on YouTube can probably figure it out. It's a size 18. Carp, love it when they're taking dries. So now let's one last thing. The bag, I got this for free. Well, not for free. I think I had to pay 40 bucks for it. A friend of mine had it. You don't have to spend this much on a bag. This is a Orvis, one of their, I think it's the Patagonia series. You don't need to spend 120 bucks on a bag. The only time I'd ever spend that much is if it was a totally dry bag, completely submersible, and I'd spend that much. But just go to Walmart, get you a black backpack. Works great. Use that for a while. One piece of gear I will say that if you're trying to be kind of environmentally friendly, that you ought to get is this thing right here. They're on Amazon. It's called a Monomaster, and what it is, I don't know if you can see it, but it's like a hairbrush almost, and it fits inside this drum. And when you spin it, I need to clean it out. When you got so much on here, it doesn't want to work. But when you spin it, it sucks up the line. So all those little snippets that you usually just, you know, try to jam in your pocket, or you got the coffee can with the X in the lid on a boat, this will save you a lot of heartache. That's how it works. You just stick it in there and you spin it and it'll suck it up. Now it's got a groove on that, so you can just cut it, and it makes the little short snippets. And they're cheap too. They're I think they're $8. As far as if you're wading, sandy bottoms especially, Walmart, they're 20 bucks just because they have the laces. Get you a pair of water shoes. Don't need any felt for sandy bottoms. If you need felt, get these. Take a felt sole, glue it on. Super simple. Takes less than 20 minutes. And that's really about it. If you're land-based, that's all you need. If you want to get out on the water, whatever boat gets you out there. Me personally, I prefer smaller boats, just because they're less of a pain in the ass to deal with. Kayaks are great. Float tubes, anything that gets you out there. You know, john boats, many people start on a john boat. Whatever gets you on the water works. So I'll leave a link to my website in the description. Please hit me up.